You're listening to KFWB News Talk 980. My name is Les Brown. This is Mamie Brown's baby boy. And we thank you so much for joining us. We come your way Monday through Friday from 2 o'clock until 4 o'clock, bringing you the very best in radio that's designed to give you a positive mindset, to strengthen your immune system. Yes, that's right, to strengthen your immune system, because when you're exposed to life-giving words and laughter and conversation that's designed to deliberately inspire you, it strengthens your immune system. Yes, when you're exposed to negative words, it causes your brain to shrink and affects you at the cellular level, and it creates chemicals in your body that promote sickness and illness. But positive words been known to speak life, known to fortify you, to encourage you, and to give you courage to deal with the things in your life. Today we're talking about what keeps you up at night. Yesterday I had an MRI, I had a CAT scan, and then I had to prepare for an MRI in the afternoon. Let me share with you what happened. It was tough. The night before, I was up worried about it because I'm overcoming, watch my language, I'm overcoming the challenge of claustrophobia. It's been a challenge of mine for a long time. And so let me tell you what happened. I was so embarrassed day before yesterday. I went and yesterday, because I did it today. They had to reschedule me. Let me tell you what happened. First of all, I think the lady, and I'm not making any excuses, but the lady who was attending me, she said, "Are you afraid?" I said, "I'm overcoming the fear of having this MRI." So she said, "Well, listen," she said, "that's understandable. Most people who come in here, they are afraid." Now, I've had MRIs before, but never like this one, where they set me in this thing, and I had to lay down, and they had to position my head between these clamps, and then they put something over my face like a little cage-like thing, like Cannibal Hector, okay? And she said, "Well, you don't have to be ashamed of being afraid, because we had a guy in here last week. He was 6'4", and he was afraid, and we had to pull him out. And in fact, he got out on his own." She said, "If you have any fear, just squeeze this thing." This has never happened to me before. She said, "Squeeze this, and we'll come and we'll pull you out of there." Well, by the time she got through talking to me about this, my mind is racing. I already had lost sleep the night before. So when I laid down and they pushed me in there, fear took over. I was talking to myself, and I was so embarrassed because waiting in the lobby, I was talking to the attendant, and I'm out there motivating people. Everybody knows I'm a motivational speaker. Here I am in here. They pushed me in, and I said, "Hey, look, come on, pull me out of here." And they pulled me out. They had to take the clamp off. I said, "I can't do this now." I was so embarrassed. I started perspiring. First, I was sweating. They called 2 doctors to come over to check me out. I started sweating profusely. And then I'm embarrassed to say I fainted. The only thing I didn't do was pee on myself. That's the only thing I did to save face. I didn't pee. I said, "Lord, don't let me pee on myself. Please, God, please. Because it will be all over the hospital. They'll say, Les Brown, motivational speaker, talk show host on CBS, came here, fainted, and peed." Oh, my God. I said, "Oh, God, I need some help." And so they said, "Are you all right?" I said, "No, I'm not." I was limp. I had an anxiety attack. And I was trying to deal with it. I just think, I'm not using her as an excuse. She should not have said those things to me. She should have not told me about this big guy that pulled himself out and what he did, because that was none of my business, and I didn't ask her that. But I think that just opened up the portals of fear, and I'd already lost sleep the night before. And I decided to deal with it. I decided to confront this. I decided I can handle this. They don't have the open MRI where I was. So I said, okay, I can handle this. I'm not going to let this get the best of me. Well, it got the best of me yesterday. Today, I dealt with it because they put me out yesterday. They put me out. I said, and they had to give me something in the parking lot to calm me down. Let me tell you, for me to come in the building. But you got to deal with some things. And part of what I think that keep most people up are the things that we choose not to deal with. I got it behind me. I've handled it. I've dealt with it. I got a clean bill of health. I'm in good shape, and I feel good, and I have a sense of accomplishment, and I don't feel like a chump or that I punked out because they put me to sleep. I just needed that. Sometimes you need some help to deal with something. What is it that keeps you up at night? What is it that you know you need to take on, that you need to challenge, that you need to deal with, that you've been losing a lot of sleep about? That's what we are dealing with, and that's what I want you to call me about. The number to call is 888-539-2980. 888-539-2980. Now, I don't know where this fear of being closed in. I don't know if it came because of another life that I have lived, and maybe they locked me up in the refrigerator. I don't and I couldn't get out. I don't know. People come up with all kinds of theories now. I don't have a clue where it came from, but I know I'm one of those individuals that I don't like to be closed in. I don't like that. When I'm flying, I don't like for a big person to be on the right of me and I'm closed in and I'm sitting on the inside seat. No, I've got to get out. They've got to change my seat. I just can't. I don't like to be cramped in. I feel trapped and closed in. I've got to move. I got to have space. I'm one of those individuals. I like a lot of sunshine. I like a lot of space. I've got to have that for me. Some people, it doesn't faze them. It doesn't faze them at all being closed in. It doesn't faze them at all being cramped. I'm not one of those individuals. So I want you to call and share your story on how you have dealt with your fears, how you, if you're one of those individuals that used to be up all night and you came up with a strategy that's working for you, that maybe it might work for somebody else that's listening, on how you're able to get a good night's sleep. Just think about this. Michael Jackson died trying to get a good night's sleep. He just wanted to sleep. He couldn't sleep without the assistance of various types of medicines. He wanted to sleep. 1/3 of Americans can't sleep at night. Just think about that. And you might be one of those. And what we want to know, and we'll deal with, what's keeping you up at night. It was keeping me up. I just continued to procrastinate because I knew I had to do this MRI. I had to do it if I was serious about the goals that I set for myself and being on top of my health for 2011 and beyond. The price of freedom from all types of illnesses and diseases is vigilance. You've got to be involved in the process. You've got to deal with stuff. Zig Ziglar says fear is false evidence appearing real. And so I had to face that fear. It's been a major fear of mine. I had to face it. I fainted. I didn't pee on myself. I fainted, but I'm still here. Okay, we're going to go to line 2. And Joanna, I want to know now, what is your fear?
Hi there.
Hi.
My son is 17 years old, wanting to go to the military, and that scares the daylights out of me.
Yes, I can understand that. Yes, yes. Have you had a conversation with him and telling him how you feel about that?
On a daily basis, but now my husband says to back off because I'm going to run him there as fast as he can go.
Yes, you know, and the thing is that our children, they select their own journey, their own path, and you can express your fear and say, this is what I fear, this is what my concern is, but ultimately it's his call, it's his choice. How are you dealing with the fear in terms of yourself? What about the mindset of saying he's going to be all right?
He's my only child, and I'm trying to keep that mindset. However, I have to say it scares me.
Yes,
I don't know. I mean, I pray to God, believe in God. It's just I see him. I mean, he could be a little more mature, I think. I think he'd make wiser choices as he gets a little bit older. However, he's just like me, very strong-willed and very stubborn and has his mind made up no matter what I say.
Yeah, isn't it interesting when we see our kids and they challenge us with the part of our personalities that they got from us?
Oh, boy, my mother warned me about that.
Yes, absolutely. Listen, he's going to be all right. He's strong. He came from good stock, and God's hand is on his life. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
Yes. Listen, we want to know what keeps you up at night. The number to call is 888-539-2980. Or how have you dealt with it? Tell me, how do you get a good night's sleep? The number to call is